All right, let's continue here. I think I finished the second question, where is multiple answer, and then I submit my I submit my questions. And as you can see here, there is a point for each question. It depends on you how many points you're gonna give to the questions. You can change the points here in this area. So I now have three questions, I think. Now I have, again, you can change the points for each questions here. As you can see here, I select the three correct answers. Now I go again. This is, I mean, all of these the same thing. You can create multiple true false. It's gonna be the same area. If I did true false, the same area, gonna select true false questions and essay questions. Yeah, let me show you that interesting one, essay questions, for the essay questions, and then go to show you how to edit or to publish the test. Okay, I'll go here again. So a question, create questions. I'll go to create essay questions here. Anyway, you can play around those questions. It's not harm. Just if you want then to delete them, you can delete them. This is the essay questions. You can put here essay questions, whatever is the question is. Let me look at the sample here. Create this empty question is gonna be no answer giving. Example, tell me your life story. This is the essay questions. I'm gonna put here, and then you go to the answers here. This season have to answer the questions here. It's because it's an open questions. But how you gonna correct these questions? You have two options. Maybe if you have already specific answers and you know what is it and whether this is gonna be right or wrong answers, so you can do that. Or there is a rubric. You can add the rubric here according what this is gonna perform in this area. You can select rubric, and you can select rubric. That means if you have a rubric from inside, and I have some rubrics here, you can select the rubric and it's gonna go score this according to the rubric. Or you can add your own rubric, create a new rubric, or if you have you create from existing rubric. So you have three choices here to create the rubric. So now I'm gonna say here submit. So I have now three questions for example, my exam is ready, so I don't need to do anything else. I create all my questions for exams from different type of questions. I have the complexity of the exams, maybe for beginners, for intermediate, for high students. So it depends on you how you need to create the questions as an instructor. And then at the end, when you finish to create the questions, you just click OK. So that means your exam now ready to go. So now, in order to let the students take the exam, where are you gonna go? So you're gonna go to your Blackboard to assessment. So I'm gonna click on assessment here, okay, and then I'm gonna see some of you they do it under assignment. Some of you do it under sorry, I missed that. Some of you do it under assignment. Okay, some of you do it under assignment. Some of you, I don't know. Let me see if I'm just still recording this session or not. Yeah, it's recording. Some of you maybe do the assessment under the assignment. Some of you have a specific icon here for the assessment. So anyway, I'm under my assessment page. I go to the assessment. I can say here test. Okay, I click the test. It's gonna come for me the quiz I create. I know I create this quiz. I'm gonna select this one, quiz that I create. I say submit. Okay, I submit the assessment. So now here, if you remember that in the first video I show you how to make some customization for your test, which is what is you gonna allow, what's not. So if you want to make it here available, you make it available for the students. Do you need your students to do multiple attempts, or no? I don't do this one. So it's one time. It's a quiz, one-time test. Here, you force students for completions. I always do this. I force the students to complete the test, and here you do it for how many minutes? I can say here for 30 minutes. The students gonna finish the exams. You need to time them in order to know. And then that is okay. 30 minutes they have to submit the exams, and I need to know where they're gonna start the exams. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. I can say okay, 24th. What time is it? 9:50. Okay, to again to finish it, I give them 1 hour. To also 24. So here from 1:50 to 9, from 9:50 to I can say here to 10. Easy for me. Here I can say to 10. That means, but I give them to here 30 minutes. Then you can say here 10:20. So it should be according to what I gave them, 30 minutes. And I recommend you to do password. Yeah, it's good to do password, and you can click here and put the password, whatever you need to do for the password. And then here, so you have to create the due date, the same thing that when the time of the finish, 24th. And then I said here at 10, they're gonna finish as 10:20. So I'm gonna write here 10:20. And then yes, don't allow students to start the test after the due date. Yes, you check this one too. And if you have, like for exams, if you have here after submissions, what do you need the students to do with the answer? Do you need them to look at score beer questions? If you can, yes. So here you can check this on and check it. So all answers, or just you want them to show also incorrect answers. It's up to you what you want the students to do. And this one here, as I told you, don't do all at once because it's gonna show all the questions in one page. No, I prefer here let the students do questions by questions. It's your preference as an instructor. And then I always do this. Perhaps don't go back and create the don't go back and I don't allow them to go back to answer the questions, to look at the questions. That's it. If they did it, that means done. Here, randomize the questions. Sometimes I have like bank items. I have maybe 25 questions. I ask the students, okay, from these items, okay, it's ask them to select only 10 questions, 15 questions, and I ask them to randomize. So it's gonna randomize the question for the students from those item banks. So maybe the students, they have different type of questions. And then I'm done. I finished. When I finished, I click submit. So I'm done with my assessment, and so my test is ready, which is here. And the students, when they go to the assessment, when they go to the assessment page, and they see they have quiz, and they see the time of the quiz, and they cannot see take it unless that's the availability of the test and the time. So in this time they can see the test and they can log in and check the test. I think that's all of it. A summary of what we did yesterday. There is a lot of it. If you want to go to how to create the pull items and how to create also different level of questions according to your students' performance, you can go there and play with it. It's not harmful, and you can delete the anytime, because you can delete now the test here. Now I can delete it, so it's not a problem. I delete it because I deleted, so it's not a problem. I delete it also. Yes, you can. And also I delete this one I created yesterday when I did the training. It's not a problem. So already it's not taking yet. So you can do a lot in this assessment to make your life easier, and it's already as I said, connected to the gradebook. Thank you very much. I hope you get benefit of this, and if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm as I told you, Wa'al Yusuf from Core Curriculum Program. My email is wyusuf@qu.edu.ka. Thank you very much, and see you.